Hello folks, wee update video. My poetry book is about to come out soon. It's mainly been delayed because I keep writing new poems. I'm going to read a new poem in a minute. And so I've kind of changed my mind on it a few times. The other stuff you've been supporting me on and coffee and all that, the novel, is I think kind of finished. I wrote it in a kind of formatted way that made it easy to just keep writing and adding bits to it. But I'm not confident that it's got that kind of, that the storylines weave all the way through it. So I'm kind of putting it in ice for like I don't know, a month or something like that, and take a break for it because I'm thinking too much about it. And I've got a couple of other wee ideas that I'm writing about. A couple of kind of, I don't know whether they might be short stories. I'll see how they develop. And the other news is I'm going to be doing a podcast, a regular podcast through Independence Live, which is run by my cousin Kevin Givney, and we're looking at a Scottish culture podcast. It's going to be called Beyond the Cringe, and it'll be regular, but it won't be every week or every month, or it might be, it might be two in the space of a fortnight and then none for a month or whatever. We'll do it when we've got a good show, and each show will have a sort of featured artist who will interview and look at whatever it is they've got out at that time, book, album, whatever. We'll have a panel discussion on an aspect of Scottish culture. And we're looking at culture in a wider sense. It's not just the arts. It'll include like the media, like heritage, sport as well, the kind of wider sense of Scottish culture. And we'll have a poem every week, a live poem performed by a sort of guest poet. That'll be there. That's the one aspect of the arts that'll be there every week. So looking forward to that. I'll accompany it with a blog and get back from the kind of stuff I maybe used to write on Bella Caledonia and things like that. I'll get back to, and the Facebook blog I used to have called Meanwhile in Scotland. I'll get back to writing about Scottish culture and Scottish politics on a more regular basis to accompany the podcast. So that's what I'm doing right now. Thank you all for your support again through the Ko-fi donations. Makes an absolutely massive difference, and it enables me. I've had wee part-time jobs. I've got a part-time job right now in Pollokshields. During the Fringe, I had a sort of part-time thing there, and so there's little things coming in that keep me going. But if it wasn't for the Ko-fi donations and things like that, the donations to my PayPal, I would not be able to keep going at this stage with the writing, as my last book sold out, and so I don't even have don't have any income coming in from selling books or anything until this new one comes out. So thank you again so much. If you could keep the donations coming, I'd be really grateful over the next wee while to get to the kind of next stage. I need a few quid to set up the podcasting, get it going. I need to bring somebody else in with me that's good at the kind of production side of things like that. So there's a cost to it getting going, and hopefully for then there'll be a kind of income stream when it's up and running. The people who've been supporting me on Ko-fi and things, I know who you all are, and when the poetry book comes out, I'm going to be having a couple of launch type events, and one of them will be like an invite only one to the people who've been supporting me. So I do appreciate it. I don't always send thank you messages and all that kind of stuff, because usually, quite often when I get donations, it's at a time when I'm either dead busy or I'm dead down and can't be bothered talking about it. But thank you so much, much appreciated. And here's a wee poem for you. This is one of the new poems that's causing a delay for all intensive purposes, which is my next wee collection. It'll be out on Speculative Books. Published my first book, Come Looking Other Places. And that's about soon. We don't know when yet, but I'll talk to Sam and we'll get it sorted, and there'll be an announcement quite soon for when it's coming out. I don't have a title for this one. There's a lot of themes of loss and bereavement and all that in the book, as you can imagine, for those who know me. But it's this was written like that, but since I've kind of read it to a few people and things, showed it to a few people, they think it's a love poem. So it could be either. It's yours. Have it. You decide what it is. But anyway, here it is. If we could go again together, through that maze in that park, on that seat near those trees, across those dunes with that rickety wooden fence, on that beach, your hair fuzzying in the salty breeze. If we could dance once more together at that wedding, in that club, in that car park on our own that night we took the long way home. If we could laugh once more together, when I slipped when trying to kick that ball and frightening those kids with my swearing when I fall, you said I shouldn't really be outside at all. If we could be inside together, in the silence in your flat, the rain against your window, your head upon my lap, you listen to the radio, I read a bit, then nap. If I could be that other me before you left. Thank you for listening. Keep supporting me. Thanks for our support. We'll see you soon. Hopefully I've got a live performance at the Carlton Weavers Festival coming up, so keep an eye out on the social media for that. Cheers.